Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Friday. Hope you're all doing well out there. Well, it's finally Friday. We finally made it. What a week. Hope you guys have all had a wonderful one. Had a pretty good week myself altogether, except for yesterday. Let me get this adjusted a little bit. Sad news in our household is one of our dogs. We had to put one of our dogs down yesterday, so it's been kind of a sad day. So nothing better to get over that than having some beer and talking to you guys. So um, I got this beer right here. I've never drank this ever. I have had Coronas, but never had one of these premieres. Left over from the party for my wife's birthday last weekend. So let's pop it open and see what it tastes like. I mean, I know what Corona tastes like. We'll see what we get here. Not bad. A little skunky. You know, I don't usually go for large batch beers. I'm usually more of a microbrew kind of guy. But hell, it ain't bad. And, for a fat guy like me, it's only got 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. So there you go. That way I don't get fatter, right? Well, hopefully you guys all had a great one. I know this week's been great. We've got all kinds of contests going on. Steve's got the acronym thing going on. Seen a few threads out there. One I want to jump on, I haven't done quite yet, but thought today I'd talk about some of the things I listened to this week and some new pickups I got. I got some records in the mail yesterday. I went to the record store on my way home from work today, so let's see what we got. So earlier in the week, I listened to this Megadeth Cryptic Writings. This is a boot, unofficial, I guess they call them now, right? The Megadeth albums are hard to find sometimes, so I ended up buying. I've got a few bootlegs here. This one, they sound pretty good, kind of a pinkish color. You can see on the cover it's a little sketchy, like maybe it was, just copied off of the photocopy or whatever. I'm not sure where they come from. These were in my local record store. It sounds pretty good. You could tell it's just like probably from a digital copy. But the problem I have is I got to turn my stereo way up. Same with this one too. After we listened to Cryptic Writings that day, my kid was like, hey, let's keep it up with some more Megadeth that night. So we listened to Euthanasia. Great album. Reckoning Day, Train of Consequences, Addicted to Chaos, To Lamone, Killing Road. This is a freaking killer album. This is also a unofficial press. Same thing as the other one. I have to turn it way up. I've got like 4 Megadeth albums that are unofficials, and you have to turn the volume way up on the stereo each time you do it. So, another thing I listened to, Kiss, Hotter Than Hell, second album by Kiss. This is All the Way, Watching You, Mainline, Coming Home, Strange Ways, Hotter Than Hell. Just great album all the way around. This is one I've had for a long time. See that pinhole? I don't know if you can see that. I've shown those before. I used to hang my records on the wall when I was a teenager. So I've had this for, God, I don't know, probably 40 years. Still love this record. This is a good, grungy record. That reminds me, I've got my Kiss shirt on, listening to Kiss. I mentioned Kiss in, I think it was some thread. I can't remember exactly which one. Auditory Vinyl, he had that, and somebody commented on my, some troll commented on my thing about how Kiss is music for people with brain damage and how the vinyl community is supposed to be bringing everybody together, but I ruin it all by putting Kiss out there all the time. And I don't feel like I talk about Kiss a whole lot, but maybe I do. But they're my favorite band of all time, not my favorite band at this moment in time, but of all time, when you look back, it's my favorite band. All of this stuff here, all of this stuff on the wall, all of these records, it all goes back to Kiss. Kiss is the band that got me into hard rock and heavy metal. It got me into music and realizing that music wasn't just the stuff on the radio. There was so much more to it. So Kiss is that band for me. And when you come at me, when people who come at you, and of course, this guy's just a troll account. He's got 0 followers, 0 content. His account's been around for like a month. Probably created it just to do this. So, fuck that guy, whatever. And the thing is, I've heard that my entire life. I got into Kiss I was like 14 years old. It was like 1983. By then, Kiss's popularity had peaked, and they were in their waning period, and they weren't quite into the 80s and getting popular again. So I've heard that my whole life. Kiss sucks, man. I can't believe you listen to Kiss. What the fuck's wrong with you? They're no good. They don't have any talent. They're only about the makeup, blah, 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 blah. Whatever you say, I've heard it before. It's okay. I'm used to it. I've been putting up with it my whole life. So, oh well, what are you gonna do, right? You can't make everybody happy, but I know 95 or 99% of you people out there, you guys are all freaking awesome. We all love each other and we all support each other. And that guy is just a troll, right? Right. Ozzy Osbourne, Ultimate Sin. I haven't had this album for very long. I've listened to it like 3 times since I got it. It's so good. So good. I just love this record, you know. Lightning Strikes, Killer Giants, Fool Like You, Shot in the Dark. Let me get the other side. We can see what the whole track listing is. Ultimate Sin, of course, Secret Loser, Never Know Why, and Thank God for the Bomb. All great songs. That's the last album that had Jakey Lee on guitar. And after this is when we get Zakk Wylde is on the albums after this. He does the live album, the tribute to Randy Rhoads after this. And then, we get all those types of things. Jakey Lee, great guitarist. Another person that I'm assuming Sharon's scared off. I'm not really much for... I don't have too many things like this. This is called The Rock Machine Turns You On. And that one says Volume 2. And if you flip it over on the other side, Volume 1. It's called The Rock Machine Still Turns You On. This is from Epic Records, and it's a compilation album that's got a bunch of different bands on it. It's got Priest, Buck Dharma, Aldo Nova, Frank Marino, Fastway, Hagar, The Buzz, Molly Hatchet, more Fastway, Glenn Hughes, Neil Sean, band called Moving Pictures, Loverboy's on here, Aerosmith, Trust, Fort Knox, Quiet Riot, some band called Minglewood, and Larry Gowan. This is a really good late 70s, early 80s rock albums from 1983. This was one of those ones that I'd found. And I don't have many compilations like this. We all have compilations. I have greatest hits by bands like Kiss and Aerosmith and, other, Doobie Brothers and things like that. But I don't have too many that's just a whole bunch of different bands put together by a record company. But this is pretty good. And the other thing, I know maybe I'm just an idiot, but this song by Trust called Antisocial, let's see. Right there, Trust, Antisocial. I knew that song because it's an Anthrax song. And until I heard that, and that Anthrax song was on, I want to say it's on Persistence of Time, maybe. I don't remember what Antisocial's on, honestly, at the top of my head. Heard that song, I don't know, thousands of times in my life. I had no idea it was a remake of a Trust song. None whatsoever. So when I saw it on there on that list, I'm like, it says French version. Anthrax did a song called Antisocial, and they also did a French version. I wonder if it's the same song. For song side 4, it starts, I'm like, yeah, it's the same song. I had no idea it was a remake. All right. Elvis Costello and the Attractions, Get Happy. I got my first Elvis Costello album about a month ago, and I talked about that on here. And somebody commented that that's a great album. That was a great album, but I should get this one right here, that this is a great, great album. So I bought it, listened to it the other day, still trying to figure out Elvis Costello. I did like it. I was listening to it with my son. Actually, we listened to this last night after the whole dog thing happened. I thought I needed some happier music, something a little more upbeat, so I picked this. This was brand new. This came in the mail yesterday. So first listen, I liked it a lot. My kid, I asked him what he thought of this, having never heard Elvis Costello in his life. And he was like, it's pretty good. I like it. I mean, he goes, I don't know if I really like it, but I don't hate that it's on. How's that? So I'm going to give this more listens and really like give it a deep listen. I haven't had a chance to deep listen to either one of my Elvis Costello albums and try to figure out lyrical content and see what I really think of the guy. But overall, it's got a cool sound. It's that late 70s, early 80s, I guess you'd say post-punk, new wave type sound. I think Elvis was kind of a singer-songwriter kind of guy, but I do like it. And it's got that cool beat that I've really kind of been into recently, that 80s pop, new wave type sound. So speaking of that, I know I talked about this like a couple weeks ago. Bow Wow Wow, See Jungle, Sing Jungle. This is the one I mentioned that I did not have a cover. Well, the cover came in yesterday. I re-listened to this record. A couple of guys from Adam and the Ants. This singer here, she was really young when she joined this band. She's like 14 years old. Her name escapes me right now. This is a really good record. If you like Adam and the Ants, you're going to like this because it's got that same type of sound that the Ants had because they're former Ants with a different singer. Another thing that came in the mail yesterday, Motels, Shock. I haven't listened to it yet. Probably going to spin this tonight. This came in the mail yesterday. I went to the Discog site after I realized the Bow Wow Wow album I had didn't have a cover. I bought one that was listed as poor, but the cover was listed as VG. I spent like $2 to have it shipped. And while I was looking at that, I bought the Elvis Costello. I bought this. And I bought this. Another Bow Wow Wow album. And I haven't listened to either one of these two yet, but I'm assuming, I like the other Bow Wow Wow, and I love everything by the Motels so far. So I'm assuming I'll enjoy both of those records. Then today I got off work. I went to the record store. I went to the record store for this reason. My local record store posted some stuff on Facebook about what was coming out. He posted this, Jar of Flies by Alice in Chains. I called him and said, "Hey, Tony, it's Craig. I just saw your post. Will you pull that Jar of Flies off to the back and save it for me and I can come in Friday after work?" He's like, "No problem, man." So it was sitting behind the counter waiting for me so nobody else bought it. So that's what's nice when you have a local record store that you go in and you're a valued customer. He'll hold stuff for me. So I went in to pick this up. I haven't even opened it yet. And while I was there, I was looking to see what else. I ended up getting this. Huey Lewis in the News. This one is Picture This. It contains Do You Believe in Love? Hope You Love Me. It's got the hype sticker on it still. Yeah, I haven't listened to it yet. The only Huey Lewis I have is Sports. I do like his sound. Been kind of looking for that. So the other day I talked about Jay Giles Band. I was showing that in the thread, and I saw this there. What I give $7 for it. So the song Love Stinks, I know. I don't know if I know any of the other ones. Haven't played this yet either. I gave $7 for this. I gave $12 for the Huey Lewis in the News record. And then one more I picked up today, which I still haven't played any of these yet. The Kids Are All Right by The Who. This is a double record. I am not sure. It says it is a Roger Corman presentation of a New World Picture release starring The Who. So it is the soundtrack to the movie The Kids Are All Right. I have no idea what this track listing is, if it's just going to be represses or if it's new versions or if they're live versions or whatever. I have no idea, but I figured for $18 for a double record, couldn't go wrong with that. So I'll be giving these all a spin within the next day or two. I know the first thing that's going to happen after this, I get done recording with you guys, I call my kid down and we'll be listening to some Alice in Chains tonight. So anyway, cheers to everybody. That's kind of what I had. Like I said, I've been watching all you guys' videos all week. Everybody jumping on Steve's acronym thread is great. I love all the things and all the people around us that are doing all these things. I think this community is one of the coolest things that I've ever kind of belonged to, and I really appreciate you guys accepting me into it. I know I just kind of like butted my way in, I'm just like, oh, well, I'm going to start tagging my videos with this and we'll see what happens. You know, honestly, when I first saw the vinyl community and I kept seeing the same guys, people like Steve and MGK Boston and those guys, and I'm like, is this a group that I can join? Is there somebody I need to talk to? And I'm just like, sooner or later, I just like, all right, I'm just going to use the same tags as everybody else. And you guys all just welcome me with open arms. I really appreciate all of you who are watching, except for that one guy who gives me shit about Kiss every time I put it out. So, oh shit. Thanks, guys. Love you all, and I'll talk to you guys in a few days.